Since the calendar flipped to the golden month, we've experienced some of the most consistent hunting in our history. In just 10 days, our team has been blessed with opportunities at 16 different bucks. When we left off, Bella Reed made a perfect shot on her very first bow buck. Using a doe decoy, she was able to slow the game down and tame the chaotic pace of November. On that hunt, Bella and Mike saw only bucks in the rut greens plot, a clear signal that the tides of the rut are beginning to shift. Paying attention to this change, those with tags make adjustments as the lockdown phase gets closer each day. Fresh off of his successful hunt a few days prior, Zach Rozmus is back at it, heading to the last chance property he acquired late into the summer.
Good morning. It is November 11th. It's right at first light. Dave and I are set up on the Last Chance farm. First and foremost, today is Veterans Day, so a big special thank you to anyone currently and who has past served and their families. Without the sacrifices you guys make, we're not able to come out and do this, so can't thank you enough. And a special shout out to a close friend of mine, Cody Smith. Served in the Army. Appreciate you, buddy. Gosh, just a gorgeous morning. Feels good. Low 40s. West-northwest wind, but it's supposed to switch to more of a northerly wind. And it's going to blow, theoretically, it's going to blow right over the pond back behind me. The food plot out in front of us looks incredible. It's made a huge jump with these warmer temps that we've had here in October and November. That the brassicas have just continued to grow. Cereal grains are starting to kick off. I wouldn't say there's necessarily been a target buck I have down here, but this is a new area. You know, I don't have any history really whatsoever, so anything could show up. Excited to get back in the saddle this morning.
With the early deer movement, Zach's excitement for the first year stand builds. That same morning, 435 miles to the southwest, Nolan Redeker is continuing his quest for the giant Kansas buck known as Kirk.
Well, here we go for this morning's hunt. It is November 11th, Veterans Day, so with that said, thank you to all those who have served and to those who are currently serving. And after Kirk, once again, this is the third sit in this tree in a row, which, first of all, with this only being 10 acres, this is one of my only options, but second, just the access is so good. We're hoping we can get Kirk to cruise through. Hasn't been on camera, and I haven't seen him. It's been, I think, 4 days since he's been in here that we know of, so if he doesn't have a doe, he's due for a trip through. So hopefully we can lay eyes on him this morning. We'll see what happens.
be a shooter. Probably at least a 4 or 5 year old. It's just so hard to tell. It's the first time. Gotta be 5+. He's a big old brute. It's 8:18 right now, and it's been a really fun sit. Still figuring out this farm down here. The cameras, I wouldn't say have been like blowing up with mature buck activity, but there's been a number of, I would say 2 or 3 mature 8s. That big bruiser 8 with a kicker just came through, and man, he looked pretty good. He was guarding a doe is what he was doing. There was a doe up on the fence line that was flicking her tail and just kind of not moving very quickly, and that's an indicator to me she's either in estrus or very, very close. So he's a cool buck. He's gonna be a really hard one if he gives us a shot to pass up. He came into like 20 yards, it was like 22 yards, but he's standing directly behind a tree. Happened pretty quick. Seems to be hot in here right now. That had me fired up. He's a cool buck. He's got a cool frame on him. Long tines, tight rack, really cool. Big old body. Definitely wishing I had more shooting lanes off to my left for sure.
With the Great 8 crossing just out of range, Zach watches to see if the chase will bring the buck back by. At the same time, 60 miles to the north, Rye Ludwig is on the ground with a buck running his way.
He's gonna push her up in the Sierra. Got that doe tucked tight down in there. It's out of wind, and I don't know if she beds up. We got a hot doe within 100 yards. You never know what can happen. I think this deer is a 4-year-old. This is the one I said would be a good deer for Abby to shoot. But looking at him in person, he looks more mature than I thought. I'm gonna look at him a little bit more, but it's a big deer. There he goes.
Watching the full tilt chase in front of him, Rye burns down the glass looking for one of the great bucks that have been using the property. Back on stand with Nolan, the deer are starting to move.
We had him. Oh, dang it. That doe, I saw her come running across the creek. And I was like, oh, she's definitely getting chased. And here he comes right after her. All she's got to do is come right here instead of going to that creek crossing. That's the second time I've had that buck cross that crossing when I've been in this stand. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. Which spot she goes to most of the time. That right here. Oh, that was exciting. He's in here. The chase is on for that big old boy. He's a big deer. So freaking close.
As a whole, the morning of November 11th delivered plenty of buck activity. By afternoon, Nolan's tally was mostly fawns, Rye and Zach were tied up with other obligations, and Owen Reigler finally made his highly anticipated trip to the Kansas farm, arriving just in time to slip in for a quick hunt.
Well, guys, a little bit of a slow hunt until just this last 30 minutes. We ended up seeing 3 yearling bucks. We got 3 does are out here in front of us right now. Still waiting for a big man to pop up, but doesn't seem to be happening. We'll just keep trying to learn in each hunt, get the farm figured out a little bit, see where they're coming and going. That'll help us a lot. Anyway, we'll be back at it tomorrow. See you guys then.
It is Tuesday, November 12th. Yesterday was Veterans Day. I was at work all day, so just want to say thank you to all the veterans out there. Gavin and I are set up, and we're back in this little red oak we've hunted a couple times. When you look at the aerial of this farm, it's hard to argue. I think this spot is about one of the best spots you could sit for a southeast wind. Just see a lot of country. Main buck I'm looking for is this big double beam buck. Bill and I named him Morpheus. Got one picture of him, that's it. So I know we're on the edge of where he could be, so I'm just hoping for him to make a spin through here when he's not with a doe. I can only hunt a few hours. I've got to work this afternoon. So fingers crossed we continue to see some good activity.
Singing the same tune, Mike stays locked in, steadfast and ready should the random giant step into view. That same morning, Drake, Lamb, and Justin Karns are also out hunting. Set up at the head of a ridge overlooking a large field, one buck is on Drake's mind.
Yeah, I can't tell exactly who it is. Breaking day here, November 12th. The sun's just now starting to come up. Deer were in here after that big 9-pointer, and he was in here yesterday morning about 7 o'clock and the night before in daylight, so it's either a hot doe right here or he's just making his rounds, but we're right here in his wheelhouse. It's a good bedding ridge for some does. We got real thick bedding cover to our north and our east. Wind's out of the east. It's going to be southeast here probably in the next hour, so that's perfect for this. It blows it back to the edge of this alfalfa field. We had broken up 3-year-old and a little buck chasing the doe out here to the north of us this morning. So November 12th, just got back from Kansas, back in Iowa, so hopefully we see this sucker and we can make it happen this morning. A 4-year-old.
no shot opportunity, Drake looks on, hoping for another pass through. Back with Mike, bucks are on the move.
He's so regal looking.
Well, it's about 10 o'clock, and unfortunately, I've got to get down and go to work. It's been quite the morning. I think we're up to 10 or 11 bucks, and we just had a beautiful 3-year-old cross the field behind us. It's really nice to have a good hunt out of this stand. You know, we've hunted it now, I think this is the 4th time. I just keep thinking to myself, I know this should be a good spot, and so it's nice for it to work out like we were thinking. Next time I'll be out is Friday afternoon at the earliest, and then I'll spend some time hunting this weekend. I took some of my vacation days for the post-rut, so this week during peak breeding and lockdown, I'm gonna be in the office working. So we'll see if my strategy works out this year. We do have some weather changes happening this week and next week, so hopefully this good activity continues. For those of you that are out, good luck. We'll see you on the next one.
Much like the day before, the morning proved to be the peak of the action. Despite plenty of effort, Owen Reigler's second hunt in Kansas after a massive buck and Drake's return after the Big 9 both play out slow. A clear sign that lockdown is taking hold. With this in mind, the next morning Drake and Justin switch properties, setting up right in the heart of one of the best known doe bedding areas with 2 main hopes: to catch a lockdown buck behind a doe or to get lucky and find one searching.
It is November the 13th. Drake and I came into probably one of our favorite morning sets. Call this spot the Hornet's Nest. Gets its name because it basically is surrounded 365 degrees by pretty good bedding. A bunch of TSI in here. We've got a bunch of different stages of timber growth. Basically, we just have movement in here pretty much all day long, especially this time of the year. Basically, all these deer funnel back down through here. We got a creek just over our shoulder. Drake was actually able to grunt in his bow buck last year across that creek from this very stand. We got it done right here in 10 yards, so we're hoping for a little bit more magic like that here this morning. It's kind of an overcast day. We've got some maybe light rain showers coming later in the day. We got 2 main targets I actually saw while hunting with Charlie during the youth season. He's a mainframe 8-pointer, just a beef cow body on him. And then there's another 9-pointer that's got really short G2s, but really long 3s. He's kind of a tight rack deer, but he's in this area as well. Those are the main two we're after this morning. See if we can't get lucky.
With only turkeys to talk about so far, Justin holds tight, expecting later movement. That same morning, I too am finally back in the stand. With the recent string of incredible hunting you've witnessed over the past few episodes, the office has commanded my time dedicated to our Midwest Whitetail semi-live series we aired during the fall. Deciding to hunt the new permission property we call the Horseshoe, a single camera has been firing off on the river's edge. All set, the goal is simple. See Joy take her first buck with a bow.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like for calling purposes, all the thickness is to our south right here. I'd like to be a little bit closer to the edge of it, Based on that buck that just came in, Joey is not picky.
No. Yeah, there was a way bigger one that came through first. We saw him twice. This little buck comes in. I was like, if he comes in, I'm shooting him, Josh. It is definitely the ride. Josh and I have seen about 5-6 different bucks this morning already. I don't even know what time it is. Some of them have just been chasing does. Some of them have came and we rattled. Regardless, none of them have gotten close enough to pull off a shot. We're kind of in an open area, so when we rattle on them and they come to check us out and then they can't see anything, I think they're getting a little like, what the heck's going on here? But it's fun. It's really fun just watching them run in, and I'm like paranoid because every time I talk to the camera, I feel like I'm gonna miss one coming in.
Yeah, we're definitely learning this natural deer movement is a little bit more tendency to be 70 yards that way.
Yeah.
But definitely active morning, huh?
There is a hot doe to my south.
She is.
She is like on fire.
With the hot doe darting in and out of the thick bedding to our south, fingers are crossed the chase will come by the stand. Back in the tree with Justin, rains are inbound, prompting the guys to create some luck of their own.
There's gonna be a giant. I mean, he's a tank. Well, rain kind of moved in. We got a system. No, it's north and south across the whole state. Just got to us now. Looks like it's going to rain pretty much the rest of the early afternoon. It might stop before dark. So we're getting wet down here. Saw a few deer, had a couple does enclosed. It's kind of neat, but not the one we're after, and it's raining pretty good now. So we're going to go climb out of here. We're going to go find a biscuit in someplace warm. That was insane. That's not a deer we're hunting this year. I think that deer's only 4 years old. We were just climbing out of the stand, it's raining. He was probably, 100 yards away. We seen a doe shaking off. I'll get the blood going. Oh, that was sweet. You don't realize how close they are until you look outside of this little screen. I was like, holy crap, she was 5 yards. Giant deer.
Got the doe right in front of him.
At the same time, Justin and Drake's epic hunt is wrapping up. Back in the river bottom, our action is continuing to build steam.
It's a big deer. So is the doe the one we've been live with him? Yeah.
And just like that, party's over.
That rain cell's coming. It's coming hard.
It's a big rain cell, too.
Yeah, like, let's back up.
I don't know, they say you're in and you're in.
Not today, Satan.
All right, let's go get some breakfast.
At the same time, Justin and Joy are wrapping up their hunts. Back in Kansas, Owen Reigler continues to scout to learn more about the new property.
There she is.
Big girl.
Yeah, that's him right there. I think he was headed over this hill. That's nuts. Well, we know he's still alive. Look at the neck on him, too.
Well, we got to lay eyes on him. That's our shooter right there, the one I was talking about yesterday that we got the pictures of, that you could tell is a mature buck. Man, does he have some mass. That's one thing that always surprises me when you're looking at trail pictures, especially infrared, and then you get to see him in person or on the ground. The mass is way heavier than what you would think. I already knew he had some good mass, but it's even better than I thought. What a stud. That is a Kansas stud buck right there. Not doed up, so hey, there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. He's just got to make his way, about 300-400 yards from where we can hunt him. But you never know. Could be there around this evening, cruising, looking for a doe. We just seen Doreen right here, so all you got to do is go over here searching for Doreen. Oh man.
Proof that not every good buck in the country is locked down. The afternoon sees Owen hit the woods to give himself a chance. Unfortunately, the chance never materializes and the hunt's mixed bag comes to an end.
It is Friday, November 15th. Peak breeding here in the Midwest. Got out of work late enough that I didn't want to try to go hang a new set on the new piece. And this farm is always fun to sit. We're on the North Plot. So we got a big brassica plot, rut greens with cold climate from Monster Buck. This plot is the best looking plot I have. It's amazing that the heads haven't really wilted this far into the year so far, but we haven't had a lot of cold weather. Cameras have been very active around this end of the farm. Main old buck that's running around this area is a buck we call Stubbs. You know, we've got 5 years of history with that buck. And then there's a few other ones I'd love to lay eyes on. Some of these hunts are pretty slow, depending on what's going on in the area, and some of them can be crazy. You know, you get a hot doe coming through here, it could make for a beautiful sit. So we were gonna sit back and enjoy the afternoon, hopefully have a good sit. Might be that same 10.
I could see a buck on the big peninsula. And I would almost put money that it's Joey B. It's a doe, and I can see the rack behind her. It's gonna pop up out of that ditch right where she was. Well, it is awesome to lay eyes on Joey B. I'm very happy to see him still alive. He's just such a huge frame deer, and he broke off one of his splits, obviously, but he was tinning that doe, and unfortunately didn't make it closer to us. You know, they stayed, probably 450 yards away. He is one that, my God, I'm really hoping he makes it till next year. What a buck. I mean, this is now our third year of history, and even at 2, you could look at him and tell that he was going to be a big one. Last year, he was beautiful. This year, I mean, he just keeps getting bigger. Just one of the biggest frame deer I've ever seen, and it's just cool, the symmetrical splits and all that. So keep our fingers crossed he makes another year and that we have a chance at him next year. All in all, really fun hunt for November 15th and 60 degrees. It cooled off nicely there that last bit. We have a super moon tonight. It's a full moon, and when we walked out, the moon's casting shadows, so they're going to have full light all night long, but we'll see if that affects things. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
As Mike mentioned, peak breeding is underway across the whitetail landscape, and with it comes the opening of fresh seasons throughout the country. Wasting no time, the Midwest Whitetail team is out in full force, making the most of every day.
Hey, Easton, I killed Tweezer.
Yay! Who's Tweezer? Tweezer is a big buck.
Very excited to bring you this deer here from southern Middle Tennessee. I'm happy to close the chapter on this buck.
I'm excited to be out here. It's been 5 years since I've got a buck with my bow.
That's Tiki. Well, that's Tiki. Nothing like having big mature bucks cruise by, so pretty cool.
Dad and I are finally up in this tree. Had pictures of Kirk last night.
We're just hoping that as we get further and further into this rut time frame, that desperately seeking behavior starts to occur.
I'm in here by myself. Come back to the farm that I pretty much grew up hunting. Got a lot of big deer in here over the past. I killed my first bow buck on this farm.
It's officially day 1 of our annual Kansas rut vacation.
Are you kidding me right now? One of my goals for this year was to shoot a buck from the ground, and I did not plan on it happening today on my way out.
Man, just whenever you're ready, okay, bud? It's your first deer ever with a gun. You've never shot one with a gun.
I hope you like my show.
Man.
For the big buck killers.
They say lockdown is feast or famine, either red-hot action or painfully slow sits. For the crew, it was a little of both, depending on who you ask. Some went home with a great story to tell, while others walked away with time well spent in one of their favorite places to be. Now, with November fading fast and more days behind than ahead, team member Jeremiah Roberson begins to feel the weight of his season. On his second trip of the year to Kansas, his final day to hunt has arrived.
Yeah, that's him.
been pretty eventful already. Lee and I came in and did this hanging hunt. As soon as it started breaking light, one of our target deer was within sight. He was on a doe across the street. It looked like they were coming this way. Hopefully they did. The cows that are in this part of the farm actually left that block of woods, so hopefully they're gone for the day, and that'll help our odds too. We're packed for the day. The wind's good. I like the spot a whole lot. I think we just gotta sit it out. If we're able to spend a day or two here, we're gonna have bucks come by us. Another doe. There's a bigger one right there. Oh no, yep, that's him. You see? Yeah, you see him. Straight back here. Yeah, he's straight behind that doe. Yeah. Here he comes. He's running back to the left. Yeah. He's still in here, that's good. Was that him for sure? Oh, 100%. Right. Bam. You smoked him. You smoked him. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We're done with you, Kane. How's about that? Tag down, baby. Tag down, baby. I can't believe it. We've been in here with this deer for 2 days. That's all the highs and none of the lows. We got that joker on an all-day sit. We saw him first thing this morning. He chased the does into this block of woods, and we've seen him on and off all day today. Just glimpses of him, like we've been within 50 yards of him multiple times. Thank you, Lee Bridges. Thank you for hanging in there with me, dude.
That's awesome, man.
Say that's some long blood there.
Yeah.
Look at what a sight.
Golly. What a stud, dude.
He's got the big split. I didn't know he had this. What a cool deer, man.
Man.
And an awesome hunt. Well, November the 19th may be my new favorite day. Going back to, I think, November the 4th, I came here for the weekend. I put out all of our Cody Back Tracks cameras, popped up some blinds, but I ended up seeing him on the morning of November the 4th when I was going home. Shortly after, we got pictures of this deer during the midday hours. So we knew he liked to visit this doe bedding area. Well, yesterday, it was a complete washout. And I sat in this bedding area behind me, and this buck came by. He got within probably 50 yards or so at one time, but just with the way the winds were blowing yesterday and that distance, I didn't even try it. this morning we had a wind switch, and we went to the back of the field there, and we had to pick a tree in the dark. And man, did we get it right. We nailed it. I love these dates. I love this state, this farm, everything about it. It's the highlight of my year, especially when it comes to deer hunting. And I'm very proud to have this particular buck. He's everything I could have wanted.
Peak breeding here in the Midwest. Some of these hunts are pretty slow, depending on what's going on in the area, and some of them can be crazy.
Oh, I'm shaking. I thought we had him. Here he comes right after her. All she's got to do is come right here instead of going to that creek crossing. That was insane.
I'll get the blood going. I was like, holy crap, she was, 5 yards.
But definitely active morning, huh?
There is a hot, hot, hot doe to my south.
She is.
She is like on fire.
Well, November the 19th may be my new favorite day. I love these dates. I love this state. I'm very proud to have this particular buck. He's everything I could have wanted.
Some stretches of the season feel endless, while others slip away in the blink of an eye, vanishing just as we settle into our stands. All year, we prepare for and count down the days until the rut seizes the woods. At the start of this month, time seemed to stretch before us, each sunrise carrying the promise that tomorrow might be the day everything changes. And now, those with tags start to feel the mounting pressure of reality. Only 11 days remain before the calendars flip. No matter the pressure, the woods are full of opportunity. Big changes shift the game, and small adjustments in strategy can turn a quiet morning into a memory never to be forgotten. Mornings are still good with bucks traveling farther than normal, searching while hitting the richest food sources in the area, covering ground and filling their bellies in one sweep. Simply put, more productive hunting remains, waiting for those willing to be in the right place at the right time. For us, just having the chance to taste success is fuel enough to keep the fire burning hot, because soon only coals will remain. Until then, every hunt is a gift, and every moment in the stand is another chance to continue chasing November.